So one of the questions I get a lot on the channel is how can I make my renders photorealistic? So in this episode of Learning Unreal Engine 5 in 5 minutes, I'm going to talk about some quick tips. Now this really depends on your hardware, which I'm going to be making another video about when it comes to building a computer for Unreal Engine 5. Okay, so with that being said, let's go ahead and render this as is. So I'm going to go to Movie Render Queue, and it is actually Sequence Master 2. So I'm going to go ahead and Master 2, and the frame we're going to go with is just maybe 4000 to 40 as you can see right here, because we want to look at this clip right here. Yeah, this is Sequence Master. I'm going to go unsave, and I'm just going to change this to PNG. I created a folder for this, and I'm going to go with 100 for now. Select, and we're going to render this to 1920 by 1080, and I'm going to name this 100. Custom playback, we're going to go 4000 to 4040, and then the frame rate, I think I have it set at 30. Okay, so I'm going to go render this right now. Okay, so that's done rendering, and now what we're going to do is actually increase the screen resolution. This is the first tip right here, or first trick that you can do as long as your graphics card can or will let you do it. All right, you see it's 100. I'm going to copy this. We're going to go back to our render queue, go here, and we're going to add console variable plus. I'm going to make this bigger so you can see it. And then we're going to make this 200. Okay, now this is, depending on your computer, this is going to increase your render times. So let's go ahead and render local. Okay, so that looks like it's done rendering. Now what I'm going to do now is actually increase the resolution of the video. Now doing this definitely kills your GPU or your system, so be very careful, okay, whenever you're trying this. So I'm going to go to unsaved config. I'm going to go to console variables, and what I'm going to do is turn that off for now, because I want to show you all the different the difference pretty much between everything. So right here I'm going to make it a 2160 Ultra HD file for 2160, put it right here, and then this is 4K 100. So this is 4K with screen percentage 100. I'll accept right here and then render. Okay, so that's done rendering as well. And then you guessed it, the next thing we're going to do is actually increase this again to 200% rendering at 4K. So I'm going to go output right here, and I'm going to go to this 1440. I'm going to select this folder, and I'm going to render this here. So this is going to be 400, and it's going to be 200% screen percentage right here. So I'm going to press accept and then render this. Okay, so here we are in After Effects. Let's open up 100 PNG sequence. This is our starter, and let's go to like frame 20 is good, right? And then what we're gonna do is grab that 200 1080p to compare it to. I'm gonna drag it on top of it. I'm gonna zoom in. This is 100, and this is 200. This is 100. This is 200. So what we're going to do next is drop in our 100 4K. Now this is just increasing the resolution up. And what I'm going to do is, instead of scaling up, which we'll try as well, we'll go scale down, right? So this is 4K 100 screen percentage compared to 1080p with 200 screen percentage, and this is our 100 1080p. So 100 1080p to 4K, and you can see that right here gives it a lot more detail. And I get asked this all the time, how do you get all that stuff to come out? Well, you're seeing it right now. Blurry, not blurry. Now we're gonna go to our 4K 200%. So I'm going to turn everything on, and I'm going to drag and drop this on top. And again, I'm going to scale down, right? So this is our 200% screen percentage and 4K. I'm going to remove it. This is our 4K by itself. 200. So you can see there's a little bit more detail again. So that's 4K to 4K. This is 200% right here. You can see on our skin really starts to come out. Now we compare the 4K 200 to 1080 200. start to lose those details again. See that? Again, around this area. And lastly, we'll compare it to our control, which is the 1080 regular. That's 1080. And that's 4K to 100%. And after watching this video, you can probably tell which setting I render in and why it takes a little bit longer. Okay, so this render, the 4K, took 4 minutes and 6 seconds, 200%. And you got the 1080p that took, what, 36 seconds? So before I go, I am going to be giving away a motion capture suit, so check out the description below for the link of the video. I'm going to be hosting my very first CG short film, so go check that out. It's going to be really awesome once I hit 50K subs.